2, 3.
Like, comment, subscribe right now.
That's how
We're waiting on
that's
you.
your intro?
That's the intro?
Man.
All right.
That's my intro this week.
Welcome back, people.
Like, comment, subscribe right now. Welcome to another episode of BBCAN Cribz, episode number 6. I myself personally go by the name of West Hype, and to my right, I have
Your boy Godfrey. Damn, I was gonna say some nickname of mine. Anyways, your boy Godfrey, the Godfather of Finesse.
Okay.
Back again.
Godfather
for a
of
sixth
Finesse.
Godfather for next. To my left,
Your boy Sir Loudy. I had a tagline that I've been running with, but Godfrey took it last
took it
week.
last
I took it, yo. Like, I'm the
resident
resident fact checker now.
Right. So I need a new tagline, so I'm gonna work on that this week and get back to you guys. Yeah,
we'll
man.
figure it out.
And to my left, we don't have the Rob King this week, but shout out to Jamar.
So the Rob King
he
is
is.
missing. Once again, I know where he is. You know, I always know where he is. This week, he's training
Okay.
with Michael.
Okay.
In
The military Michael?
The military Michael.
Yeah, I saw some of those snaps here. He was
DC.
dying. Jeez.
Apparently,
What's he training for? A fight?
he's training for a fight in case you flop.
Oh, he's a sub.
He's gonna be your.
He's the substitute, you know, in
Say
case I
word.
get
He's
injured
gonna be the
or drink
understudy.
too much Crown.
See, in case
Jamar's
you
gonna
drink
be
too much Crown,
coming in.
Then Jamar's gonna tap in and he'll be fighting what's his name,
We'll
Enzo.
be fighting Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo instead of you. So we'll
It
talk
will be
about
the
that.
end of Enzo.
Damn.
We got a lot to get into this week, man.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
We don't
bro?
really have much time to waste. Still,
No,
so
where do we
let's
start?
Get right into
Just
it.
start because a double eviction
Yeah,
night
it's
tonight.
a big week.
And there was mere things that did happen in the week. Plus, we have the double eviction, so we have a whole lot of things to talk about. That means we have 2 HOH to talk about,
Yes,
2
sir.
vetoes to talk
Yes,
about.
sir.
So let's just get right into it.
And
What's
2
the first
eviction.
thing on your list? And 2 eviction, yeah.
Well, we're kicking it off with Beth. Our girl pulled out a win
Beth.
last week.
Yep.
Secured the safety for our boys and for the Sunsetters.
We talked about that last week. We did.
Right. So,
What was popping in the HOH room?
you really want to go there?
I mean, that's what we talked about last
mean,
week. So
we
I just,
did, yeah.
Well, what they showed on TV was, Beth and Ty getting a little close. Sorry, not Ty, Jed.
Jed.
Oh, yeah, I was
getting
about to
extra
say.
close.
Okay.
Some 4-letter words were exchanged, and
Okay.
yeah, it's
Some 4-letter words?
Yeah, some the L word. was
Oh, all right. I
exchanged,
thought
guess.
it was
Yeah.
another
I think
one.
I saw
You
that.
thought it was
Yeah.
another 4-letter word?
I was like, what kind of words were going around in there?
they at this point, I don't know if it's safe to say it's just a show match. It might be a little bit more than that. So, I mean, it has nothing to do with game at this point.
It's looking
just,
more serious, right?
I
Yeah.
guess urges, meet, connect. I don't know.
Urges.
But whatever. Moving on. She won the HOH.
Pum Pum was not cutting at 2.
Cut for one.
Pum Pum cutting at 1.
Yeah, man. So she won the HOH, and it was kind of interesting to see her HOH reign because normally, we'll use Victoria for an example.
Yeah.
When Victoria was HOH, she had a clear target, knew what she was doing. She was almost like a little cocky with it, right? Which we loved. Like, we loved the assertiveness of Victoria. With Beth now, it was kind of like she was spinning around.
It was really
she didn't know
sneaky,
what she
yeah.
was doing. She was talking to everybody, trying to get, advice, whatever. And one thing that I noticed that I also made a note of, everybody seemed to be playing this week. Like, there was nobody just sitting back, just watching things happen. Everybody was moving. Everybody was shuffling. Everybody was
I
talking.
feel like everybody was on edge. They didn't know
Right.
what way Beth is gonna swing,
Right.
Well, we're getting
And-
to that point where, like, there's no
Yeah, you
real
gotta.
where to, there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide
Exactly.
anymore.
There's nowhere to hide.
So even with someone like Braden, who we've seen kind of just laid
In the
back
background.
in the shadows, he really emerged this week, and he was like, "Yo." He realized that Rohan's name was being floated around as a possible target. He shifted the target from Rohan to Victoria, and that set off a whole chain of events in the house this week.
Braden was working.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
There's nowhere to run, bro. Because I chew ice loudly into the microphone. I just thought about how annoying that must be for y'all. But yeah, no, there's nowhere to run. We said this last week when we were talking about the showmances. I said I think we kind of got past the point where they really like where a showmance would have really benefited them with the back and forth, the give and go with having a partner like that. And now you can clearly see that where the playing field is open. There's only a side of 3 and a side of 4.
Absolutely.
And even those sides are kind of intermingled still because Kiefer's kind of still
I feel like Kiefer is really. He can go either way.
Yeah, he can. He
'Cause
can
he's
definitely
good
go
with
either
both
way.
sides.
Braden is not as good with both sides.
Yes.
But is kind of on one side by default because he's not so in
Exactly.
the other side.
He has to go with
Like,
Tina. And
So, but he has been warming up to
he has.
Tyshawn.
He's trying to make sure he has an in on that side. But I think, like you said, though, he's more so with Tina and them.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, by default,
At least there he's
over
number
there.
3, right? As opposed to number 5.
Are they? Because when I was watching the episodes this week, it seemed more like he was tagging along behind Tyshawn. And
He was,
close
he
with
was.
Rohan. But him being close with Rohan, does that automatically mean he's working with Tina and Tara?
I mean, I think that means that he would be a closer.
Yeah. Maybe
a
with
closer
Rohan
third.
gone now.
Exactly.
But with Rohan there, definitely he would have been, game-wise, he would have been closer
Like, if
with
they had the
Tina
power.
and them. No, not even, because it would just be smarter for him, right?
Yeah,
As opposed to being at the bottom with Beth's crew.
Like if Rohan had stayed and who would have went then? Maybe let's say
Then that would have been, who was he in the
it
block
would have
with?
been Tara. That would have been
yeah.
Yeah, then in any case, he still would have had to be with Tina, right?
because it was Rohan and Braden on the
Yes.
the block just most recently. But let's just say for whatever.
Or let's say Victoria. Well, Victoria did go already.
Yeah, so Victoria was gone, and it was and Rohan had any chance of staying, it would have been
Okay.
the only other option would have been like a Tara,
Yes.
if not Braden, right?
Yeah, in which case I think like Braden would have stuck with Rohan and
Tina.
Tina.
Braden did not position himself very well.
He didn't. Yeah. It's like at
No,
this
'cause it's
point,
almost like
see
he's
that.
scrambling
Yeah,
now to
Because he
find
had
some
Austin.
sort of-
That's 'cause he
Austin's
barely
out.
played.
He didn't connect with anybody else.
Right.
Like at least Rohan.
now he has to find where he fits in,
Right.
and it's a little too late because he's warming up to Tyshawn, and I guess they have something good going on because I heard them say, "Hey, I got you. We're the 4."
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what 4 they're leading him to believe because it ain't the 4, man. Like you're number 5
Right.
at most. You're number 5.
Right.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna.
So he's just doing it too late. It's
Yeah,
too
way
late.
too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
I'm
if you
gonna-
trust them, it's way too late.
I'm gonna put some flowers on Rohan's grave, man. Because I've been shitting on him for a minute. I don't know if is that the next topic on the list.
Nah,
man?
it's further down. We'll
you
get
don't
to
put
that.
some
though.
flowers
We'll
on-
get to your flower segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
pause on the flowers. I'll
Right.
spray some water on them, let them grow a little bit more. I'll put them down later on. Go on. What's the next topic?
You want to invite him to the podcast so you can do this in person?
No.
No.
I think I called him a
Send an
pussy too.
invitation out.
I called him a bitch the week before. So
Yeah, like you
it's all
guys.
good.
I don't know what's y'all deal with Rohan,
It's
man.
all- it's
I
all
was ready for road time to happen.
You know what? He's
The
getting
road
a lot
show.
of love on Twitter too, but I
I was waiting for the road show to take
You want to
place.
give the flowers now or what? You guys are getting into the topic or we're not getting into the topic?
We'll get
to
to
it.
that.
We'll
We'll
get
get
to
into
it.
that. We'll get to that.
All
So,
right.
anyways, keeping on the subject of Beth, she nominates Rohan and Braden.
Yes.
Sorry, was it Rohan?
Rohan
and Braden?
and
Tara.
Tara, yes.
Sorry, Rohan and Tara. And yeah, what do you think about that? You think about her nominations? Okay, so hold on.
Like what
She basically is trying to state that this week she didn't want her HOH run by the boys. She wanted all the decisions to at least appear like they were her own.
Yeah.
Right? And she's trying to step out and play her own game.
Okay.
So with that being said, her nominations, does it fit the...
Well, that's what the boys would have done anyway, so I don't get how she would stray from the boys, because that's exactly... I'm pretty sure if Tyshawn won or if Jetson won, they are putting up Rohan and one of those girls.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
then-
it wasn't really like a different... She didn't do anything different.
And then you could say that the argument could be made that she went to Rohan and said, "I'm going to tell people you're my target, but you're not."
Yes.
And she straight up told Braden there was a backdoor plan for Vic. She actually even kind of let it slip to Rohan
Yes.
as well. So one could argue that going on her own was going after Victoria. But then once she had the opportunity to do so, and it was coming out, and she started telling the boys, she started to really like if Rohan hadn't won that veto, I don't know if she would have followed through with that plan.
Yeah.
So even if you want to say her big bad bold plan was like, I'm gonna get Victoria out, she wasn't tried and true on that plan until Rohan won.
Then it's because she had no choice at that point.
Okay, well,
I kind of feel like she was not expecting him to win. Number one. And when he did win, it was kind of like, okay, well, since he won and he's gonna take himself off, I'm kind of forced to.
Yeah,
I think so.
Card now.
Yeah, she was forced to do the move that she only had the balls to do in her dreams.
Right, to mention. Yeah,
I think so.
Like
she was dreaming.
She was dreaming about this move and was never gonna follow through with it until Rohan forced her hand.
And that's why I say, like, at the end of the day, I would have respected it more. I would have respected her HOH
if she just
reign
went out
this week more.
For
if
her
she
straight
just
up.
went in the camera and said, "Yo, Victoria, we're gonna backdoor you this week, and you're leaving," and laid it out, and it happened that way.
But that's how you said
Victoria was definitely not the
all over
plan.
the place.
She was not the plan. Yeah.
No.
And what kills me is like she's like her speech when she ended up nominating Victoria as the replacement nominee. Like she's trying to give this epic. Did you see it? The speech, the nomination speech.
I did see
where
it.
she had this big long like I can't remember it word for word, but she's trying to create a moment for herself.
Yeah, it's like people they gotta chill with.
And I'm
these
just
things.
like
she said something like the most backstabbing.
man.
And she's like, "Oh, it's about to get spicy.
It's about to get spicy."
I'm like,
yeah.
When it comes to these
Like,
speeches, it just gotta come naturally, man. You just gotta say what you're feeling. Don't try to get a sound bite.
But you know what the thing is? I think
Yeah.
the edit didn't. The whoever was editing the episode didn't rate her speech, so they took all the dramatic. They didn't put any dramatic.
They didn't even add any effects.
They're just like,
sometimes they put gunshots. They put some music, but with her there was nothing. No soundtrack.
They didn't zoom into any like.
It was a
shot
cappella.
faces.
Just do what you gotta do.
Listen,
They could have made it better.
There's something I call bad bitch energy, right?
She didn't
You either
have that,
it
man.
or you don't have it.
It was kitty
Simple.
booby or whatever is lesser than bad bitch energy.
Yeah. Basically, like she's trying to be an Ike or a LaToya, and it just wasn't working for her.
She tried.
I
She
wasn't
tried to
sold.
get a
I don't
little
know.
catty, but like there's
out
not
of
that much
character.
animosity between them.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly that. So you not that animosity. You know what it is?
If they were beefing, then you would be like, oh,
Yeah, it would have had more of an impact.
I saw this. I don't know if you've seen this clip. I randomly seen it on Facebook. But it was a fighter that had gotten illegally. It was a kickboxing fight.
Yeah.
And he was illegally kicked in the balls twice. Right? And then later on in the fight, he's down for long, and they give him all types of time to recover. Later on in the fight, he knocks the guy that kicked him in the balls out. And while the guy's in the ground, it's almost like he wanted to go back after him. He's just
Yeah.
But the reason why
You wanted to get
the
a few
clip-
more shots
Yeah,
in.
he was just like livid. But the reason why the clip didn't make sense is because after he kicked him in the balls twice, they touched gloves before. It's not like he was mad at him the whole time. I bring this up to say, if the theatrics don't match the energy,
that's true.
Yeah.
it just
You
seems
can't-
absolutely random.
It's and underwhelming to be honest.
Because if Victoria really felt like, if Beth really felt like Victoria was coming for her all the time, and they kept at odds and whatever, then you can deliver a speech like that.
Yeah, but
You've been
not
sucking
when,
up
because
to
now it
Victoria
seems like you're just
even
putting on a
more.
show.
Yo,
Exactly.
keep the same
On
energy,
top of
bro.
that, you just finalized a Final Four and made a new alliance called the Ghost Peppers with the same person that you're now trying to nominate.
Exactly.
It
And
just
you didn't look in the
make
camera.
sense.
You didn't look in the camera. The only way you can pull that off too is every single time you look into the camera. Every time you say something, you look in the camera. You're like, yo, I'm not about this.
Right.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
about
But
it
she
if you
seemed
were.
like she was in.
Right.
Definitely
She seemed like she was
Keep
in.
that same energy. She made some
Yeah.
kind of fake energy.
That's what I was saying. She looked like she's trying to create a
They
moment
touch
for
gloves,
herself.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they touched gloves pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
They touch gloves.
It's like you guys settled
You
it.
called truce. Now you're trying to bring up old shit.
What's the cattiness for after that? Doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So anyways.
I don't. Overall, the fact that she really got, I wanted Victoria. I wanted Victoria. I wanted Victoria on the block.
Victoria.
I wanted her on the block.
You wanted her on the block?
Yeah, I wanted her on the block.
I wanted Victoria
Why?
on the block too. Yeah. She's too erratic, man.
I wanted her on the block to pay for the
LT thing?
Pay for Latoya.
Not for Latoya. I'm over the. Sorry, Latoya. I'm over that though. I wanted her to pay for the sporadic, random, her over
Just for her, yeah,
with the basically for the invisible HOH. I wanted her to pay for that. And here's the thing: when she touched the block, I wanted what happened in that back of the house there. It was the hot tub area, wherever that was, where that house meeting happened.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
But I wanted her to pull it out. I wanted her to be able to save herself in the end.
Yeah.
I wanted to see her fight. Like, Victoria might be one of the best Big Brother players that we've seen thus far.
By far.
Like in this
And-
season, you mean?
Nah, across the board.
By far. Across the board.
She's one of-
Victoria!
one of the
Yes.
best.
For what?
Yes, you are outnumbered this
First
week,
in the
Godfrey.
jury? That doesn't seem like a resume to me.
Listen.
She's actually second in the jury.
Listen, remember, they
No,
had to...
she's first
She was
Listen,
living first at
They
that.
had to backdoor her in order for her to get to jury, okay?
Yeah.
That says a lot.
She had at the back door. That's the first time she ever been on the block from the season. But
Yeah.
I'm remember, I didn't like her. The first
Yeah,
time
me
I
neither.
didn't like her. She did a lot of things that I didn't like, but I rated the fact that she played the game that she wanted to play.
I'll
And
give her that.
she
She
would-
played, like we discussed last week, she played the game hard.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
didn't
And she-
leave anything
no,
up to the judges. She just went for the knockout.
yeah, and she would have solidified that spot if her back was against the wall like it was in that meeting, and she
Yes.
came out and they decided to evict Tara over her. I would have given her. Then I would have been rooting for her. For the
Yeah.
rest
I
of
just
the
feel like
season.
sometimes she
Fuck
overplayed.
undercover, brother. That's it.
She
did
overplayed, yeah,
But if she was
sometimes.
able to recover from overplaying,
If she was of course, I think so.
because she
acknowledged that. Even talking to Arissa, she said, "Hey, you know what? Some things I overdid them."
You actually, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. You actually walked in right before that the conversation that we're having. She admitted
Yeah.
to being the invisible HOH on this episode.
Oh, she did?
Right
Yeah,
before
she
you
did.
you walked in. She admitted in that conversation. And if she was able to acknowledge that she was the invisible HOH,
Yeah.
own up to what she did, and she basically owned up to all of her shit.
Yeah.
If she was able to twist that around and get Tara sent home, she would have been I would have been her biggest fan
Yeah.
for the rest of the season.
That-
And with the
Definitely would've been
invisible
the biggest
HOH,
move for
she
the
should have
season.
went for a much bigger move. I personally think. I think she should have went for Jed, Tyshawn, and Beth.
with her invisible
That would have
HOH.
changed the landscape of the game totally.
It would have, but
Yes, she still went for a big move in going out after Austin, but I just feel like, it wasn't the big move that people really thought someone of Victoria's caliber would have done. And then not being able to do the damage control this week. And just like you said, like Rohan is like, hey, you were too sporadic. You were putting up our allies on the block.
she didn't really solidify.
But they were
a
fake
bond.
allies, though. You have to remember that. The
But
whole
who
reason
were her
why she
real
put up-
ones?
The whole reason why she even put up Austin and,
Yes.
and Brayden was because the minute she lost power, they basically fucked off with her. And they
No,
didn't,
absolutely,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
But
So,
then look at Beth.
she had a
Beth
credible
put her up
reason.
on the block to get rid of her.
yeah, well,
So it's like, I just feel like
She didn't, but she was talking shit about Beth the entire time.
She didn't play it the right way.
She was trying
Yeah,
to
I
stay
don't
with the
think she
boys.
played
She
it
was
the
trying to
right
stay with the
way.
boys, but she
Yeah.
wasn't trying to be with Beth.
Yeah.
So she's trying to separate.
And
She's trying to weasel into an alliance.
even to be honest
And
with you-
now sorry to bring up LT.
Yeah.
That's what she started with LT.
Yeah.
That's
She
what she
started
started.
weaseling
That's the
into
same
to the alliance, and
It
that
looked-
didn't work.
It
So
looked like
West,
her
to be-
ultimate goal was
Yeah.
to separate whoever was in between those boys and finesse.
get
her
it.
You know
way.
what's
Yeah.
actually funny? I think if Victoria had just told people I'm the invisible HOH, the game would have went way better for her. Why I
At
say
what point?
that
At what point?
is because I feel like if she came clean and told people I am the HOH, I am putting up so and so, it would have gained favor on the other people because at least people would be like, thanks, you didn't nominate me. At least she would have been able to have some more leverage and negotiate.
Same from the very beginning.
Yes, from the very beginning. I feel like if she had even tell Beth and them and say, see what I did for you, Beth. I didn't put you on the block. I'm the invisible HOH. And look what I've done. I've put these
You're
people
changing
up.
your tune though, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
that-
saying,
you
if
said
she
you
had
weren't
done
gonna
that,
tell nobody.
I
You
wouldn't
know
have told
what?
anybody. But like I'm
But
saying,
you
like
know what?
hindsight is 2020, right?
You know,
I'm
whether-
saying
whether
now
she-
that I've seen
whether-
what happened.
Whether she did that or not, the result would have been the same. Because,
think so?
Yeah, because she was HOH. She had all opportunities to nominate Ty, Jed, Beth.
No.
backdoor-
I'm saying
backdoor
like if
them.
she had done her same nominations, but if she had told Ty, Jed, Beth, and say, see guys, this is what I am doing. I am going after these people. Because right now, when Beth won the HOH, she didn't know that Victoria was invisible HOH.
She had, I think she said she figured it out.
Yeah,
But
she
just
figured it
wasn't
out,
sure.
but see, she wasn't told by Victoria.
Yeah.
So it was
She didn't get
still
the
kept from her.
confirmation.
Now I feel like if she had kind of given people that in, even though I'm contradicting myself because last week I advised against doing that, but now that I've watched things transpire, I feel like in the future, if something were to happen, I would tell people I'm the HOH. Because at least now people know what the moves you're making. They feel like they have a little influence with what's happening. They feel like they can control the week better. But she did her own thing, didn't tell nobody, told Kiefer, and that's about it. And Kiefer didn't even help her out and say, hey,
Kiefer didn't really help.
look,
man.
she was invisible HOH and she helped you guys. So
Kiefer, like for Kiefer to be such a big player,
but
and
he's in a
I feel like
position
Kiefer
where
should
he's
have been
kinda
the
in
guy
middle.
to go to Beth and his crew and say, hey guys, she was HOH and she didn't put us up. So clearly she's cool with us. But hey, that's the game.
the game.
That is definitely the game. So, anyways,
Victoria.
yeah, Rowan wins the veto, secures his third win,
Yep.
and the plans to backdoor Victoria are put in motion. Is this the right move for Beth to make? Like, if you're Beth, is that the go-to move to make, or would you rather Rohan takes himself off and Tina goes up as a replacement? Because realistically,
I
the only
would
two
say
options.
Tina would have had to go up as the replacement.
You wouldn't have backdoored Victoria if you were Beth.
No, the
Tina?
reason being that Tina is part of a duo with Tara. So one of those two I would have put up to break up a duo. Victoria is not really a duo with anybody.
Victoria's more dangerous.
She's erratic. She is dangerous.
What
Tina
it
and
boils
Tara put
down
together.
to is,
But she doesn't have anybody really that's like her main person.
so what
She
it-
can cause problems, absolutely. But then if I'm Beth, I'm thinking she didn't come after me last week.
If
She at least proved herself, right? So for Beth
she
to
didn't,
say,
because we don't know that she's not the invisible HOH.
that's true, absolutely.
So you don't know that
absolutely.
she
Yeah,
didn't come
yeah.
after you.
No, but she didn't because like, she wasn't on the block that week.
Yeah, but you don't know that Victoria had anything to do with that.
That is true. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But in any case, I would still, because I just don't like the fact that there are duos. Rohan, like this is the same reason that a person like Brayden is much more useful than a Tara and a Tina, because Tara and Tina are a package deal. They will forever go with each other.
Right.
Whereas Brayden is a little more flexible. He might say, you know what, I'll go with you guys. And I kind of feel like Tyshawn is in that same pool now where he's flexible a little bit. Because now Jetson and Beth are a solidified
Right.
showmans.
Right.
Now Tyshawn can say, okay, these are my main people, but I can go with Kiefer. Or I can go with Jetson.
Let's just play out a scenario. For
Or I can even go with Beth. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Tyshawn wins HOH. He puts up Beth and Jetson.
Oh, that would have to be
Just
at
throwing
like
that-
a final
just
four.
throwing that. Yeah, it'll probably have to be later. But let's
Yeah.
just say he's throwing that out there for next.
But
for
even
next week.
so, yeah.
if he does that for next week, right?
Oh,
Let's
he'd be
say-
a savage. I think he'd win the game.
Who does he align with after that? Who does like who?
Oh,
what is-
anybody.
So hold on.
He'd be a
those
hero.
those are his nominations, but who else is left in the house? in
That's
this
right now.
scenario?
I'm saying if he were to do that right now, it's a little bit.
Oh, right now.
a little bit
Or
early.
right now with everybody that's in the
Yeah,
house.
because it's a little bit early. But who could he build a connection with? Anybody?
Brayden.
I say Brayden and Kiefer.
Brayden is his best bet.
Yeah,
And
Brayden and Kiefer.
And Kiefer, and
Yeah.
that's the new three.
Yes.
Is that
And then they just have like two
But one of them
people
is
of
gonna be
age
left
to take
back.
out.
Who would the target be though? Beth or Jed?
doesn't matter.
I'd say
Probably
Beth.
Because
Probably-
depending on who's left, he could still
I'd say Beth.
manage to.
Because the only reason why I throw in this random scenario out, guys, I like to do this. I do it with Loudy on the phone all the time. Because this seems very predictable for the rest of the game. It feels like
No,
Tina,
those-
as long as Tina
Exactly.
and Thing don't win,
They're going.
then they're fine. Let's say that they do win, put the two guys on the block. They have to.
Yes.
Beth wins HOH, pulls one of the guys down. Now they have 2 out of the 3 of them voting. Kiefer also to vote, and then one of the girls has to put up not Kiefer.
They have to
Who
put up
they
Brayden.
Put up Brayden.
Yes.
So then Brayden, like they can control between Beth.
But that's only if
Kiefer,
Beth were to
the
win
one
the
person
HOH,
who won
though.
The
Yeah,
entire
that's-
thing.
yeah.
Then they can send Brayden home. They escape the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like but yeah, you're right.
It's a long shot. Beth
There's
would
a
have
lot
to
of
win
different
it.
ways it could play out though.
But
I
I'm
mean,
just
there's
saying,
still-
like,
there's still
that's
a
even
number
if
of
one of these
people.
old people win. Like if one of those people don't win, then they just
You
send.
call
Then they're
old
done.
people?
Yeah, old people.
The people of age, man.
People of age.
Yeah.
If they
People
listen,
of age. Sorry. People of age.
I will say this right now. This week, the HOH, Tina and Tara absolutely need to win that HOH.
If anybody else wins,
They cannot count on Braden. No.
Let's count this.
Braden is
Let's
wishy-washy.
run the scenario again.
Because he can be finessed and he can end up putting them up. It would be an idiotic move for Braden, but he could do that.
But he's okay.
So are you
Braden
saying
wins.
he doesn't
What's
have the
gonna do?
balls to go after Ty and Jed right now?
I don't think so.
What's he gonna do?
You don't think so?
No.
What's he gonna do?
We're going. Listen, jury
don't
has
think
started officially.
I
We
think
have 2
Braden
members
is a
of the jury.
survivor.
So what does Braden do?
So he's
He's trying to
building
survive.
his resume.
So what does he do?
But how?
Puts the
So
boys up?
he needs to put those boys up.
How?
He's on a line with
if
them.
he puts one of those boys up, he's literally taking a shot at 4 people. Kiefer, Beth,
He's going-
Tyshawn, and only one can leave. He can vote both out at the same time.
and only two of
Versus two people of age.
The only people that can protect him when he can't.
Like, I'm
win
just
the
saying,
HOH
like, you
next-
think if
that
you're
when he
in the
can't win
house-
the HOH the next week, he's depending on 2 people of age that have won no comps. to protect
Exactly.
him, that he's not even aligned with.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
And Loudy, look at it
Well,
this way.
the only
it wouldn't
other-
be really, it wouldn't be that dumb for Braden to say, you know what, I am gonna keep these boys safe. You wanna know why? Because maybe in Braden's mind, he's thinking, okay, Tyshawn is a smart guy. He knows that showman's Jetson, he's taking his homegirl to finale. Best believe that. Because Jetson probably believes he can beat her. And Beth probably thinks she has a good enough shot with Jetson. So those
No,
two.
she's not carrying any of
But
them. to
either
the final
way,
3.
I feel like those two
She's
are
not.
super
She
close.
said it on camera. She said
Yeah, she
can't-
said on
if she wants
camera,
to
but,
win-
like,
if she wants to win this game, she can't go to the.
She
finals
also did
with
stuff
either
on
of those
camera
guys.
too that's contradictory to that, man.
That's not.
She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't have the.
Listen.
She doesn't have the balls to do it. I don't believe so. She's just gonna try
Absolutely.
to build up her
But
resume.
she's not gonna do that.
She's gonna try to build
She
up her
needs
resume
to.
between now and
She's
then.
not gonna do
Let's
that.
say she
She's
wins
not gonna
another
do that, yeah.
competition. Let's say she did like that same scenario I gave you guys earlier. She pulled somebody off the block. She would feel that's her like okay, so I did this. Now I'm those guys needed me to get to where they were. I could still win. I could still beat them. Like, I don't think she's gonna be able.
Braden is Tyshawn's ticket to the end. Because if Tyshawn knows that, okay, Braden, he wants somebody that can guarantee him that he can count on. Because he knows that these are twosome, so maybe he's scouting for another ride or die. So I think that's Braden's angle right now. He's like, me and Tyshawn, okay, me and you.
Who else is Braden
let's
gonna
do
align
it.
with? He's
Because
not-
he doesn't have anybody else.
He's not gonna
man.
align with the people of age like that.
He's not as savvy as
he's
Kiefer.
not-
Kiefer can do that. Kiefer can go to Beth. Kiefer can go to
Kiefer can align with
Tina.
anybody in the
Kiefer
house.
can go to what's her name, Tara.
Yeah.
Kiefer can go to Tyshawn. He
go to
can
anybody.
even go to Jed and Beth and say, "I'm your third."
He's good with
Whereas
everybody.
Braden just doesn't have that social game, man. His only path to victory, he has to link up with Tyshawn. That's why I think that those two ladies, man, like, God bless them, they need to win. Ladies, Tina, do something.
Well, I asked
Win
Ty to do
something!
last week. Remember, I told
And-
you,
and-
this,
and he did.
and he came and he won the veto and guaranteed that I think Rowan was going to go home.
Yeah.
Started talking with his chest to Arissa. 2 seconds later. What up, girl?
What up, girl?
His whole walk changed.
I was
He
like,
had
what
the
was
veto.
that? This guy had the veto necklace.
like
Man's not walking,
Mr. T.
walking like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, bro.
And he's still wearing the veto chain to vote.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I've seen that before.
Yes. I'm like, you're supposed to give that back.
You're definitely after the veto ceremony. You're supposed to put
man.
it in the box and say, "I'm not using the veto." You don't get to keep.
Yeah,
it
you don't get
Right.
to keep it and
Right.
wear that for the whole
I've
week.
never seen that. You're right. I have not seen that
Jesus.
he's clutching that win, boy.
before.
He's
Stretching
clutching
out
that
the 15
win.
minutes. Well,
He's
yeah.
clutching. Let's salute for a second though. This is the most black people we're gonna have in the jury.
Yes, this is the most black people we've had at a Final 7, man.
Jury?
In the jury, there's gonna be 4 black people in the jury.
I guess that's
Victoria.
an accomplishment.
That's definitely an
I
accomplishment.
mean, those are the losers.
Well, you said there's going to be how many black people in the
Yeah,
jury?
but how many people? There's losers
Passive.
of losers.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they're not.
looking
Wait a minute, wait a
looking at
minute.
it
You
from
said
top
how
to
many black people in the jury?
4.
How?
Well, four people in this, and not in the jury right now. But I'm
Yeah.
saying 4
Oh,
people in
okay.
this ending
Oh,
of
right,
the,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the game, the guaranteed.
Because I'm like, yo, we're going to have 2 in finale. Don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't
four,
jinx it.
4 black people that have made it to
jury.
at least
yes.
jury.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
That's
that-
a
yeah.
milestone for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Milestone.
Like because a lot of times we're one of the first people out. In the
It's the
beginning of
black
game.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah, look
Or
at
the black girl.
The Mayu in
Andrew?
Andrew. I forgot
Andrew
about
Miller.
Andrew.
Andrew's gone like week 2 or week 3.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And then even the black girls you brought up last time.
Oh, yeah,
the,
they're-
like,
they were gone
Lovita
early.
and Our lovely girl, Sharice.
Sharice, yeah.
Gone early.
Yeah.
In American Big Brother, same thing. They're usually out
Aika,
earlier.
her first season.
First
Gone out
season,
early.
later the second season she had Dimitri, so it went a little bit further.
I think Marion. I think besides Godfrey, I think Marion might hold the second spot for like longest.
No. Anthony, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, Anthony.
Anthony was in the final, man.
Yeah. And Sheldon too.
Yeah,
Anthony
Sheldon,
come
I think
second?
would have.
Sheldon
Yes,
was far.
Anthony came second.
Yeah, so he tied you.
Yeah.
And Gary, of
What was,
course.
and what
Oh
was,
yeah, and Gary.
and what about the girl that was in your season?
Brittany, she was fourth.
She was fourth, so she made it pretty far
Yeah,
too.
she made it pretty far.
Well, yeah,
as well.
but for
keep
like I mean,
forgetting about
we
Britney.
had more black people in the game obviously this year, but to have
it's
at
always
least-
good just to see like that many, right? Yeah.
at least 4 of them
Because it's
in-
not like
in-
you're
in
counting
the-
on
in the
one to
jury.
make it at the
Only-
end, praying.
Unfortunately,
You know
it's
what?
only Toya that didn't make it to.
Yeah.
It's only Latoya.
But it's not just the black people. You gotta. I think this is the first season we've seen people of age reach this.
Oh,
deep
for
in the
sure.
game.
Yeah, for sure. The
that's
people of
true,
age,
man.
people of age are doing well.
We got 2 of them just
The people of
chilling.
age are winning right now, bro.
the indigenous people have the
Yeah,
the,
man.
the leader
Yeah,
of
man.
this game is the
leader of this
I don't even know if
game,
they've
yeah.
ever made it anywhere near this far. So this is a season.
This is a
of
season
that.
of breaking
Absolutely,
records and
man.
setting
The one
Shout
brown,
out.
For sure.
the one brown guy.
Shout out
he just got kicked out,
Kifa.
so
Shout
sorry
out
about that.
Rohan. He's in the jury too.
Yeah, brown guy.
Jeez.
He's
We got
Yeah.
2 minorities holding down the jury right now.
Yeah.
They are the jury sheriffs. This is crazy. I never
that
thought
up?
I'd see this in Big Brother history.
Jury sheriffs are the thing.
Yeah, man. Like, the first one to come in is the sheriff.
Oh,
Because they show people around. They're like, this is where you be sleeping.
Never heard.
Wouldn't that make
Never-
them a realtor?
The showing.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
man. What else
So,
is on the list? 'Cause I
anyways.
want to give Rowan his flowers. Can I
Yeah,
give them now,
absolutely.
man?
Nah, not yet.
Oh my god.
So Victoria leaves
Yes.
during a double eviction.
Yes.
Arissa credits her for having the best campaign she's seen in years.
I don't really give her
You
that
agree with
credit.
that?
I think she's just boosting.
that was-
Ursa. That's cap.
It was a
But
solid campaign, but
it
it wasn't
was-
the best in years.
if
If it was the best, then you would have stayed. That's all I gotta say. Like, how is it the best campaign and you got booted out?
Yeah, she's doing
Unanimously,
a lot.
I believe.
I will say.
Then no, that's not the best. That's
I will
probably
say
the
it made
worst.
for good TV though.
Good made for
It was the
good
most
TV.
That last
entertaining,
ditch
is
effort,
what Arissa should
yeah,
have
It
said.
made for good TV.
It was the
for
most
sure.
entertaining campaign
Entertaining
for
is,
sure.
is far different.
Because she
from
blew
good
people's games up, and I always love when
Yeah.
somebody leaves. I always said this: if I ever got voted out, which I didn't, if I ever got voted out of this game, I am not shaking your hand and saying, "Oh, thank you guys, great game." No, I'm throwing f-bombs. I am blowing people's game. I am making threats. I'm doing a Jamal style, man. I'm gonna see you outside because it's $100,000 on the line. You can.
Huh?
Oh my God, man, that is sad, brother.
That's fuckery.
I can't even like that just fucked me.
We just got some bad news on the podcast, guys.
That just fucked me.
Yeah, that's
And I literally this morning I was talking to someone on the phone
That
and
is
I
crazy,
said, "Yo,
man.
it doesn't look good. I don't want to be pessimistic, but
Yeah.
just based on what I was reading, I'm like, it doesn't look good."
I'm telling you, man.
yeah, this is crazy. Like,
For those of you
Rest
guys
in
watching,
peace.
like DMX just passed away, unfortunately.
bro, you know what's so crazy? My last little tour that I did before the lockdown with Yardi, I was putting together because he couldn't come over to Canada. I was trying to do a concert in Buffalo, where
God,
we can bring 2 buses over to Buffalo for a concert. I'm like, yo, I don't even care to make money off of this. This is the like this will be just
Because the
strictly
guy's
for
a
my
legend,
childhood.
man. Yeah,
This
the
would be
guy's a
strictly
legend,
for my
dude.
childhood. To say I did a DMX
Yeah.
concert would be crazy, and then lockdown happens, obviously, and now these guys pushed to the back burner, and then the verses happened, and I was like super amped for the verses. That was one of the like of all the verses,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the one that I was personally the most hyped
X.
for, and then for this to happen, like, man, rest in peace.
Sad, man. Rest in peace, X, man.
I don't even know where to go from here.
Yeah,
Absolutely. This is sad, man. I was hoping the guy would pull through, to be honest, man.
I was definitely hoping for a miracle, because I don't look at
Absolutely,
DMX
man.
as like the regular man.
No. You always
said
look at him
even-
as just
even-
like a guy who's
you know what I
going to
mean?
make it through anything, right?
Yeah, he just had a different spirit about him, and I said, as bad as it may seem, he's gonna bounce back. He's gonna come back from this, and then at some point, I was just like, yo, I have to face reality. Like situations like that where there's no oxygen coming through to your brain.
It's
like
tough to come back from that.
Yeah.
Man. Even
30 minutes before they actually found them.
yes.
Yeah.
So the oxygen was
So that even
brain
if
dead.
he was to make it, like he would be a vegetable.
Jeez. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, you don't want to live like that.
All right, man. We'll talk about this more off camera. Let's try to just finish up this episode. Rest in
yeah,
peace.
for sure.
Peace, X.
So yeah, Kiefer wins the HOH in the double, and he nominates Braden and Rohan, and Tyshawn wins the veto and doesn't use it.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, you're here, but you're not here.
Sorry, Kiefer was in the...
Kiefer wins his HOH. I think that's his second HOH win for the season. Congrats to Kiefer
Shout out
for
Kiefer.
that. He nominates Braden and Rohan. He's been trying to get
Rohan.
Rohan out for some time
Yes.
now. So he solidified that. And then Tyshawn pulls out his first win. Congrats
Congrats,
Tyshawn.
Tyshawn.
Congrats. Finally.
I'm taking
Finally.
I'm taking
Very
full
happy
credit
to
for
see
that.
that.
I'm taking.
You were
I said-
hyping him up last
I
week.
sent
You're like,
him the
he
message
has to
from
do
his-
something.
I said, Tyshawn,
You
this is
sent
your
him-
grandmother.
I think Big Brother sent him that message. No key. They gave him that in the pantry.
Yeah. When the Wendy got a free Wendy.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, Tyshawn.
They're like, yo, by the
here's
way,
a
yo.
Wendy's message, bro.
Mr. Hype sent you something.
Yeah, good work, bro. You pulled out the win.
Tyshawn.
Start building your resume. Start building it.
Exactly.
We're in the final stretch here, so there's no time like the present to be
Yes.
starting those wins. You're in a great position.
Yep.
So let's just turn
He
press
is.
yes.
He is in a good position. And
He is.
going back to something we kind of touched on last week, where we were debating if he lost his girl or if he
let go
moved
off
off.
the girl, yeah.
Twitter basically did say like he started to separate himself from Beth. I don't know if he realized that he didn't want to be seen as a duo with her or what the situation was, but he put his distance there, and to the point where she was feeling some type of way and telling people in the house that he was being mean to her and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And she started to get closer to Jed as a result of that, which he's smart. If that's what it was, he really is smart because
Wait a minute. What did he do again?
They said the people were what's her
Twitter.
name? Beth was saying
Beth,
that he was being mean to her.
Tyshawn?
Tyshawn, yeah. So he said
Yeah.
move off her.
So at the end of the day, like you're going into this to win 100K.
Yes,
right?
you're not
You don't
to
want to
freaking-
put any unnecessary extra targets on your back. They're already a threesome, right? And within the threesome,
Tyshawn's
there's
playing
a
it
duo,
cool,
right?
man. He's smart
So
for
the
that.
smartest thing for him to do was
Smartest
to
thing for
separate
that.
himself from Beth, because now look, if any of the three of them are going to be nominated, it's more than likely going to be Jed and Beth because they're the duo in the three.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
so
the
he's-
sexist people will go Tyshawn and Jed because Tyshawn is a comp beast, so only win one comp.
Yeah, no.
But,
can't beast in his head.
yeah.
but you're right. Logically, it should be Jed
Yeah.
and Beth. They've have more wins and they're all closer.
Exactly.
But
They're a legit duo, man. Like,
Yeah.
they,
Especially right now, because remember, of the three of them, Beth is the only one that's won HOH.
correct.
Oh, yeah. That's actually.
You know what
I
I
didn't
mean?
even take
So-
that in.
Yeah.
Correct.
So she's
Jed threw it to her,
technically
apparently.
on paper, she's a bigger
On
threat
paper,
than
yeah.
both
She's
of
a
them.
bigger beast
Jed
than all of
apparently
them.
threw it to her. You believe that
I do.
from last week because he wrote a ridiculously low number.
I do.
They think he did throw it to her. Yeah.
Then he said he wanted to compete in the HOH
For the following week.
Which is smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kiefer won though.
And he didn't really come close, did he?
No,
Well, I guess he was expecting it to be something physical where he'd have better
he did
odds.
say that. He
Yeah,
did say
so-
that. He did say he was protecting.
But I do believe he threw it,
Um,
especially with the number that he wrote down. Like, he
was
said
way
he
in the way.
counted the days with things on them instead of counting the days that didn't have things on them. So, whatever. Anyways, Rohan's evicted, so you can give your
yeah.
boy flowers now.
So
A unanimous vote, and Rohan is gone.
Rohan, I don't like you.
What? what kind of ceremony is
Yeah,
this?
what kind of flowers are these, man? I thought, like, what the hell?
I don't like you, man.
Oh my
I don't
God.
really like. I don't like your personality per se. I don't like the fact that you said you're gonna come like a puppet master, and then you just seem like you were the puppet. But what I will say is Canada obviously feels differently because they kept voting for you. You pulled out 3 back-to-back veto wins, which is big.
You don't win, yeah.
He took himself off the block, bro, and he's the one that essentially sent Victoria home.
Absolutely. He controlled his own
He
fate.
controlled his own fate,
Having
and-
no allies. Nobody was riding for him. His boy Kyle was out the door watching the show from home, and the road show was ignited. It didn't take off. We didn't see the road time we were waiting for.
It was
but like,
death,
come on.
It was death by 1,000 cuts. Because
All I'm saying is that like you got to give the guy some credit here, because
I'm
like,
giving
he
credit.
didn't really have that many allies. There's not much that
But see,
Rohan
here's
could
the
have done.
thing. Yeah, yes. He
And that's his own fault, 'cause he didn't set himself up properly.
Because what happened? What happened when he won the first veto? What did he do with it?
Yeah,
He did absolutely nothing with it.
Wasted it.
He didn't align with Austin and Braden.
That is true. He did waste it.
Who did he align with?
He should have. He should have taken one of them off.
Then the next week, the
Right?
second
Remember
week,
we spoke about
we
that?
did speak with
Okay.
it. Then the next week when he wasn't on the block. Who was on the block
true.
again?
That is true.
Who was on the block the second time he won the veto? Was it the
Austin
first?
Braden?
That was the first time or the second time?
Second time.
So who was on the block the first time?
Him and
No, he didn't take himself off the block twice, did he?
No, he took himself off the
Oh, yeah,
block
twice,
with Kyle.
yeah.
Yeah, so you couldn't really give that to
Gotta give him
anybody.
more credit,
Kiefer
man. Gotta
nominated
give
him and
him-
Kyle.
Yeah, then he took himself off the block
Yeah.
and then left Kyle to die. And then he took himself off. Then he got the veto again. Didn't want to shake up nothing. Didn't want to do nothing.
Right.
Just
And
play.
He played it
went
too
wrong.
safe.
That's where
He played
went
it too
wrong.
safe.
But
Yeah.
I said that. You guys didn't say that last time.
So
No, I said. Listen, I said he was gonna survive.
Jamar.
Yes.
Jamar was like, oh, he's showing that he's not with them, not with with Austin and Braden. I said, who you with then, bro?
Yeah, he played
He
it
said,
too
oh,
safe.
We're gonna
He
lay
played
low.
it too safe.
No, who's letting you lay low? We see you.
Mr. Vito King.
Yeah, we see you. So he didn't.
Rohan,
He had
Rohan.
opportunities to make big moves, or at least one opportunity. The other two times it was just fighting for survival.
Right.
And he had the opportunity to change that and have some power in the game, and he did it. But Canada liked him, and he did win. He pulled himself off the block twice.
Absolutely,
I
man.
rated. He was talking that talk. Well, you put me up, I just pull myself up. You gotta send somebody else.
He
So
was
he's talking
feeling
that talk.
himself.
He was feeling it, and
Whatever,
I rated.
Just gonna say, man.
You deserve jury, sir.
Raise a glass to Rohan. He's now Gohan. Adios,
shit.
brother.
You deserve jury. You have solidified earning a spot in jury. If you didn't get to jury, you would be unjust. But that's about it.
Listen, man. Like I said, salute to Rohan. You did what you could.
He didn't
but
puppet
you should have
anything. That's the
done
biggest
more.
reason why I don't like it.
You should have done more early on, because you did tuck up a game. You did say you were gonna do this and that. You did say you were gonna control the puppets, but you were like the voodoo doll with the needles in his. Anyways, Rohan, man, you did what you
You
did.
got joke with needles. Is what he said.
You did what you did.
I mean, I hear you guys. You know, I'm not really the biggest Rohan fan.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah, we wouldn't have guessed.
you really?
Ever since they tried to corner Kiefer in the pantry.
Yeah, like this guy's been hating on Rohan since they cornered Kiefer.
I never forget. A matter of fact, you shouldn't even have brought that up. Now I feel some type of way again. You just brought me back to that week. But anyways,
Never
you
got
know,
over it.
all jokes aside, you do have to give him his credit. He was a huge target in this game. He was literally just always in danger. I don't think there was ever a week where he was safe. None of his allies were really doing much to help him either. He was kind of just on his own. So, you know, with that being said, you know, and his wins and the timing of him being able to pull himself down and whatever, I'll give him his flowers. But, you know, that's about it. Anything else you want to add?
No, the flowers are down already.
The flowers
man.
ceremony
the
is done.
flowers-
We're done.
All right,
They
so
expired.
I have an interesting question that I want to ask you guys before we wrap this up. During a double eviction, if you win HOH, do you nominate your target or do you backdoor them?
Nominate them.
You nominate them. You give them a chance to fight.
It's just so much can go wrong in a double eviction. Everything happens so quick that backdooring is just like the power veto falls in the wrong person's hands. You don't have enough time to talk to them and really show them the
It could
reasons
potentially
why.
even fall into the hands of the person that you're targeting too, if they get picked. Yeah.
Exactly. And then it's
But on the other side, if things do go your way and you have the numbers and you have the connection and the allies in the house, you could potentially successfully backdoor this person.
You know what? I could go either way, because the other thing that I don't know if this is just happening in this season of Big Brother. I don't know if it's happened every season of Big Brother and I didn't notice. I swear it's just this season of Big Brother. The HOH is not playing in the veto.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you actually
Yeah,
don't
it's been like this quite a I think for this season and last season a little bit. I'm not sure.
Last
on
season?
this.
I want to say it was last.
But
season,
before
I
the
can't
HOH
remember.
did play in the veto 100%.
100%.
They had to. They were guaranteed.
100%.
And
so,
they picked the other players for the veto.
So for them,
So I don't get why the HOH doesn't play. Maybe, I guess, to make the game a little more exciting, to give the person
I
a
don't know,
chance to
but
get off.
It's
Give them
it's
better
scary.
odds.
Could
It's
be.
scary. I don't. I would if I'm not playing veto, then I'm more leaning. I
Yeah.
could more lean to the back door.
That's been
situation.
since the first episode. The HOH cannot play veto.
since for this season
Yeah,
for the first
for
episode.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the HOH, you want to control your fate. You want to protect your nominations.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't notice it
Yeah.
until a couple weeks ago, and
I'd say in this format of the game, I would just straight up nominate who I want to nominate, and then let the cards fall where they may.
yeah.
Obviously, it
could go either
depends
or.
because, like you guys said, somebody could take them off.
Right.
And
But
then
they're guaranteed.
a
to play in the
backdoor
veto.
is safer, right?
Why-
and they're guaranteed they could win and take
Yeah.
themselves off.
You're
the-
not guaranteed to play
Yeah.
against them, but they're guaranteed to play in the veto. That's kind of messed
But at
up.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
like Laudy said, because things are going so fast, sometimes maybe I might not have time to tell people that, hey, guys, I'm only putting you for a pawn, and you just don't want to step on people's toes too much.
Yeah.
It's better to just like put up your
Call your
target,
shot.
say, I want that person out. At least the whole house knows where you stand now.
Yeah.
Now the whole house is like, okay, they want to get that person out. If that person gets off, then you just pick their closest ally.
I'd really have to
I
read the
guess.
cards at the time, but
Yeah,
okay,
you
it
did.
could go
It's
either
one of
way.
those play by play. Yeah.
Me personally, I'm playing a cutthroat game. I'm backdooring the fuck out of whoever it is.
Yeah.
That would be the smarter thing.
That's
Absolutely. If
what I'm
things go
doing.
smoothly, that's the better plan.
It's just a lot to put on.
It's
things
it's
like
a
that.
gamble, but I mean this game is one big.
But I'll
gamble,
also say
right?
this loudly: a
So-
backdoor is only good when the person knows that. When the person doesn't know you're trying to get them out. When they're still oblivious and they're kind of
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
But if the person knows that you are for sure trying to, like, I hate when people try to backdoor somebody and that person clearly knows they're being backdoored.
Yeah.
No,
They're
but-
even
or they
pissed.
know
They're
it's a
like, oh my God, I
possibility,
didn't
yeah.
get nominated.
But that doesn't matter
Because I'm like, that's not
It
a true
takes away the
backdoor.
intensity of the
Yeah,
backdoor.
I like a backstab, a backdoor when the
Those
person
are-
didn't know.
Yeah, those are
and they're
bad.
a good
shocked.
blindside.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect
The
one.
blindside backdoor is more entertaining.
It's more entertaining,
But
yeah.
the backdoor where the person knows if they don't get picked for veto, who cares if they know or don't know? You're not fighting for you don't get the chance to save yourself. You're completely
That-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could like if I want to get you out,
Yeah.
I'm not and I'm saying you're not even getting the chance to play. And
But
you
then
don't
if they get picked to play in that veto,
Yeah,
Right.
then it sucks.
Or even if they don't get picked to play, it all depends on what kind of relationships they have with people in the house. If they're
Yes.
solid with other people in the house, and those people are playing in that veto.
because they can be
could potentially-
campaigning.
you know
They
what I
can be
mean?
campaigning
Yeah.
the whole time.
yeah.
They could say, "Fuck
Yeah,
it, I'm
we're
gonna
not
use
talking
this
about double.
veto,
We're
they're
not
gonna
talking
put
about
up my
double
ally."
eviction only. We're talking about a regular week. They have a whole week being off the block. They don't have the stress of being nominated. They can run around, talk a whole bunch of crap. They can even tell the people on the block that you are the target.
Yeah,
don't
I
let
don't-
that HOH lie to you. They can do anything. They can talk to the HOH and say, "Hey, man, please, please, please. I know you want to backdoor me, but please don't do it." It's better to just make them sweat, let them sit on the block, and now they're freaking out. They're more worried about getting off instead of scheming. You know?
Fair
Potato,
enough.
potato.
Fair enough. Who do we want gone this week?
I don't care.
Godfrey?
I would say, like, I don't know, man.
I
Like,
don't have
I
a
want
target.
either Tina or Tara, to be honest.
People of age.
Because they haven't really impressed me. Like, I'm not hating on
Yeah,
them. Like,
they
they've
haven't.
done well to go this
Yeah, so,
far.
okay.
But I feel like they've not won. I think aside from the first HOH that was handed to Tina by Canada, she hasn't won anything.
Nothing.
She has not influenced the game.
And you know what?
Anyway.
They could still have a stellar game without winning anything just by
they don't.
the strategic
No,
moves that they
you're
make,
absolutely
being able to
right.
sway votes, flip the votes, something. They have
But
done
right now, like,
nothing.
it just hasn't been exciting enough for me. They've done nothing.
Yeah.
Even when,
And I don't want to
even
see
when-
them get
even when
rewarded by
Tara
even
was fighting
sniffing
for-
the Final Four.
Even when Tara was fighting for her life again,
She barely did anything.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fight.
Tina didn't say Tina.
That wasn't a fight.
Tina what? No,
But-
when
but-
Tara
but-
and Victoria were going back and forth.
Yes.
In a screaming match and throwing each other the bus, Tina said absolutely nothing. That could be a good thing, but I'm just saying it's so typical of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's great that you didn't add any
Playing
more
it
fuel to
very
the fire.
safe.
You're very safe to the point. I just don't care. So when I said earlier, when I'm like, when you said, who you want to go home, and I said I don't care. What I really meant by that is I don't care if it's Tina, Tara,
Yes.
or Braden. I don't care. Like I don't want it to be Kiefer,
Absolutely.
Jed, Tyshawn, or Beth. For
That
right
is
now.
my dream
But-
5 right? My dream 4 right there. My
4.
math is off.
Yeah,
like those 4
4.
because I feel like those 4 is earned it, man. Kiefer because the guy's just an outright
By the way-
beast, and then that threesome, it's 3 people that nobody has touched.
You're right.
Nobody
Yo,
has said these 3 need to leave.
That's a big deal.
Rashad,
So respect
cut back
to those 3.
to episode 3, where this guy
I said it was gonna be Rowan.
told me the worst Final Five
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
remember
everybody's completely got. Please,
I
expose
said,
this guy. I'm like,
listen,
bro,
listen.
I think he said Austin too.
Yeah,
In
he's-
fact.
No, I didn't say Austin. I
was the
remember
worst.
I said the final 5 was
Was-
going to be Rohan.
Yes.
Which Rohan's gone.
Yes.
And it was gonna be Braden, and it was gonna be Tara, and it was gonna be Tina. And
okay,
the
you still have a
fifth
lot of people in there.
was who was the
Kiefer?
fifth?
I think you said Tashawn. I think
And
you did.
Tashawn, yeah.
I think
All
you
right,
did,
never
yeah.
mind.
So,
You don't have
like,
to cut
I
back
still
right now.
have some people.
Yes, he still has
I
a lot of
still have
words. We'll
some
cut back
people.
later.
Yeah.
It's still the
Even
worst
though I
Final
don't want
Five
those
ever.
2 people of age to go out, and I'm not hating guys. Like I respect these 2 women's game. I
you?
respect what they have done or not done. Like all I'm saying is that like I would rather see
What do you
that.
expect about their game?
Well, they're here still. They're not in jury, so like I guess that says something.
They're doing something.
The only thing is
Yeah.
that like when I compare that to someone like Beth, who say what you want, but like she's made some moves, man. She's impacted the game. Say what you want about Jetson. The guy's impacted the game. Kiefer's been an outright beast the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, what have those 2 really done aside from a terribly named alliance named Oddballs? Who calls your alliance Oddballs? Like you have balls in your alliance name. But that's all I'm saying, man. Like this is not.
You know we couldn't end the episode without something.
That's all.
Listen, the way
I would leave it at that.
The way I see it, I agree with you to an extent, Godfrey.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to remember this and look at it from an objective point of
Okay.
view, right? Tina and Tara have not done anything, but with that being said, they're the perfect people to go to final 2 with.
Yes.
Because you're winning anybody
And
that's left
that's
in the
what
house
I hate.
is
Yeah, because
winning
anybody
against
can
them.
win next to
Yeah,
them.
because they haven't done.
But what if
nothing,
it's
right?
them 2 at the end?
So
What if it's them 2
Then,
at the end?
No,
It could easily
that's-
happen
that's
if these people drop the ball. We could have a Tina and Tara. This would be the worst season in Big Brother history.
Yeah, that
I'm
is-
saying it right now.
that is
They
a
might have to
violation.
end the season immediately.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. There's too many power players in
That's
there.
why
for that to
I don't want to see that. You
Yeah.
know,
Bro,
I want these
it was-
players who have put their neck out on the line to win.
Listen.
Or people who have. Listen, guys. I'm the king of the low key under the radar game. So I respect.
water.
I respect when you tread water, when you do your thing, when you finesse. But like with Tina and Tara, I'm not seeing them do any much finessing.
They're not
I'm just
they're
seeing
not
them
treading, they're
coast
drowning.
at the end. I'm just seeing them coast
They're
and they're
anchors.
sipping. They're riding somebody else's coattails. They're waiting
boring
on
the shit out of
Kiefer
me.
to do the work for them.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't respect.
Yeah.
Listen,
I want to see them just make a stand. I want to see them get violent, like become a beast. Say, I don't like you. I want to get you out.
Not everybody has that
That I will
confrontational
respect.
thing in them, though, God. You have to
At
remember
least
that.
say it 1, 2. If no, don't even say it to somebody. Say it to the camera. Say, hey, ha ha, look
Tara,
at me.
Tara has more of that in her than.
But
Tina,
see,
though,
I
for
want to
sure.
see. I want to see Tina say in confessional, "Look at me. I haven't done anything, and I'm still here. Own your game. Tell us that you're proud of what you're
'cause
doing.
people of age typically
Put us
get
in your mind
out.
frame.
They're people of age that have been able to
Exactly.
stick around.
That's why I want to see her
People-
own it. I want to
So
see
with that
her
alone-
People of
say,
age typically can't fit into the house enough. We're like, yo, why do we still have these fogies around us?
Right.
Let's send them home so they
Yeah.
stop complaining about us playing our music too loud and they want to go to sleep.
That's why I'm saying, like, I respect the fact that it made
There's
it
not
this
been enough,
far,
there
but I
hasn't
just
been
want them
enough alcohol
to.
in this house.
I just want them to own that game and to really come out and say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing, and I'm proud of it. I am playing this game. Yes, I haven't won anything. Yes, I haven't made any big moves, but guess what? I'm here.
Are the
I just
people
want to
of
see that
age-
they want it.
Are the people of age giving a weird vibe to this house that I'm just kind of taking in? Like, there's been barely any hot tub parties. They've barely gotten any
Well,
alcohol.
because they make everybody go to
They
sleep
barely-
early.
But like, it's
Yeah,
one of
we
the
haven't
minimum-
seen
it's a
the
really boring
wild
season.
shit that they
It's a
normally
really
do.
like all it was the food
How you gonna have
fight.
wild
Like,
shit when you have Tara in there?
That's what I'm saying. Is it the people of age dragging down the house? Nothing has really popped off
It
this
could
whole
be.
season.
It could be. And based on what I see on Twitter from time to time, it seems like they're very judgmental.
Yes.
And they talk a lot of shit about the house guests too.
Yes.
So it could be that. It could just be the aura in the house of them just being there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
Yeah.
turning up happening, man.
You're like a warden, man, in a jail.
But
Anyways, man, let's get out of here.
But
What
before
else?
I didn't get to give my
Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
my pick of
Go ahead.
who
Sorry,
I want
my
on.
bad. Go ahead.
Can I do that, sir?
I just want to go play some DMX music
Before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call me crazy, but I think Beth needs to go, man. I don't know if it's this week or
What
the
do you
week
think, though?
after.
What do you think, Beth?
I just don't trust her, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
she's going to be the demise of Ty or possibly Jed winning this game. I just foresee it.
Do you think that she'll outright pull like when John cut Netta?
Yes.
Do you think she's
Yes. Yes. I think she's savage like that.
And to be honest, I think if she did something like that, it would earn her a lot of respect.
It
in the
would.
jury.
do something
And she
like
knows
Because
that.
people would then look
She
at her
knows
as
it,
not
too.
a damsel in distress who was
Right.
being strung along, and they would really look at her as a savage.
I don't think she'd
Right.
do it, but I think she
would.
needs to.
Especially after this week, after Victoria, there's no limits left to her game.
What does she do with Victoria?
The back door.
Yeah,
That was a
but-
big thing.
Yeah, but
And she pulled it off.
no.
And she gave
Thing
a
did.
speech with it too.
No,
and
Thing
And
did.
she said it with her chest.
What's his name? Rohan did it.
Rohan did it
Rowan did what?
by pulling himself off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Took away her scapegoat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What-
that option
what-
was always there. Still,
The option to do what?
I would say they had the demise.
No,
and-
no, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what else was she gonna do after he pulled himself off?
She could have put up Tina.
Yeah,
next
she
to
could have
Tara.
put up Tina.
She didn't want to, but that's always a possibility.
She still thinks she's somewhat aligned with Tina.
Beth.
Yeah, like when I say somewhat aligned with Tina, I mean like the Sunsetters
Like, they're
obviously
cool.
isn't
Yeah.
a thing, but it's not. They're against each other.
Yeah,
They're not, and she's not really on her radar, nor is Tina on Beth's radar. But I mean, if you want to end up in a situation where you have the least amount of blood on your hands, Tina would have been the best bet
To get
put
up Tara.
Yeah,
Just to send Tara home.
right.
You know what's crazy? I just took it in that all the Sunsetters are still in the house.
Yeah.
Because the Sunsetters were,
Except for Toya.
except for Toya,
Yeah.
it's basically 5 of the Sunsetters.
Yeah, and the only
So
reason
Tina can
why-
easily parlay that whole thing and say, "Hey guys, I was a Sunsetter. I'm
No,
a ride or
that's not
die."
gonna work.
You think she can't do that anymore?
That's not no. She
Not
can't
anymore.
rally back now after how much weeks of voting against them.
Yeah, because she's been voting against the Sunsetters
yo, at
each
this
time.
point they know like she's off doing her own thing. She's a part. Remember, Victoria also
She's a
exposed
part
that
of
they
the
had-
oddballs,
Exactly.
yeah.
So at this point,
And was Tina the
she
founder?
can't- She can't rework that.
Tara, they're saying Tara was the founder, and I don't know.
So there's two legitimate oddballs left, plus Brayden.
Yeah. There were so 3.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that's about it for this week.
That's about it.
Like, comment,
Got people
subscribe.
commenting in the room, but I can't see it. But thanks for sticking around.
Oh, the
people
live
in the
is
room.
still on.
Live
We
is
did not
still
say any
going.
incriminating things today.
No,
Oh,
we
I
didn't.
did.
I don't think you did. Like, comment, subscribe. BBCAN Cribz on Instagram. BBCAN Cribz with a Z on both Instagram and Twitter. Same thing on YouTube and the links.
We
to
also
the episodes
uploaded
there.
a new episode today on YouTube, so make sure to check that out.
Yeah,
think
and
we-
hopefully this one will be up by tomorrow, right, Rashad? Good. This guy laughed. Yeah, yo, guys. R.I.P. DMX though, man. Like that,
R.I.P.,
that kind
man.
of took away my energy, but we finished this up. We got through it.
Rest in peace.
And I just want to go hear some slipping in the car on the way home, man.
Rest in peace.
Buddy, be safe. See you next week.
Amen.
Yeah, love your daddy, you hear?